Hey guys, I'm Sebastian.
I'm Kristine.
This is This Week in Vegas, the
Ninth Island Connection podcast.
I love that.
Yes, you do. You've been wanting to do a podcast for a long time, and here we are on number 4. Very exciting. And thank you guys so much for tuning into our podcast. If you're not familiar with our podcast, we highlight Vegas, everything that's going on this week in Vegas, and that's news, weather, entertainment, events, and even our own experience because we spend a lot of time in Vegas, maybe too much time in Vegas. We live here, but we spend a lot of time on the Strip, and we spend a lot of time downtown.
I would say it's an appropriate amount of time.
You would.
Not a lot of time. Could we spend a little bit more time? Probably. I would say yes.
Yes, you would, and I would say no. I like my couch sometimes. Anyways, getting into it, we're going to start off with some news and share what's happening here in Vegas. First up, the Nevada casinos have set an all-time record for December and 2024 overall in the amount of revenue that they took in. And the Las Vegas Strip casinos had their second highest monthly revenue ever in December. And you know what I just want to point out there? We only spent 4 nights in December on the Strip, so that was enough. We didn't jack that up.
So when I see that, when I hear that, not too many people won big in December is what I see.
Yes, yes.
The house won in December, and they won overwhelmingly compared to previous years.
Yeah, and we had that nice little win in December. Remember when
you
had the accidental $10 bet?
I did have it. So, quick sidebar. We were playing a machine that we never played before. I had a $10 slip from the other machine. We were walking by, Kristine said, oh, maybe try this one. And I was like, all right. So I stuck the slip in there, and it asked me if I needed service, and it's a digital screen, and do you need service, yes or no? And I pressed no, but apparently my hand was too cold, my fingertips were cold, so I had to press it several times, and I accidentally hit $10, and that was my entire budget. I went, oh no! But then I noticed it triggered a free spin bonus on that only spin.
Which was awesome.
Which was nice, and we wound up winning over $600 on that one spin, so that was a happy accident.
Yes, and the moral of the story is always listen to Kristine. All right, next up.
MGM has settled the lawsuit that they had. They had a class action lawsuit for 2 data breaches. I didn't realize there was 2 of them. I mean, we moved here the first time in 2018. I didn't realize that in 2019, MGM had a data breach, but they did. And then they had the next one in 2023. You guys probably remember that one. That's when all the slot machines were doing hand pays for like 15 cents. ATM machines didn't work. People's room keys didn't work. You couldn't do room service. It was a complete mess.
They were hacked.
They were hacked, and a lot of information, first name, last name, personal information that was stored by MGM was out on the market for sale. Now, I don't know where people go to buy information, but it was there. Wherever people go to buy user information, that ended up there. So they settled for $45 million. If you're part of that class action lawsuit, you probably already know that. If not, now you know. That's done. They've put it behind them, and they're moving on.
Well, good thing they have their highest month in revenue from December. They have a little extra cash to
maybe
cover the cost of that.
Maybe that could
follow the money.
I mean, it's a coincidence. It's Vegas. Anything could happen.
All right. Tourism and visitation is up slightly from 2024, or I should say tourism and visitation to Vegas has been up slightly in comparison of 2023 and 2024, and that's reported from the LVCVA. So more people love Vegas, more people are coming to Vegas, and I can see why. There's so much, it used to be, I don't gamble, I don't go to Vegas. Now it's shows, there's the sports, there's the concerts, there's all the attractions, there's the hikes. I mean, there's literally something for anybody here. So I can see why so many people flock to this city. And we love it.
Yeah, that's why we need to.
Yep.
All right, guys, let's talk about Brightline. Talking about more people coming into Vegas. This is an easier way for folks to travel between Southern Nevada, Vegas, and Southern California. Brightline has announced their ticket prices. We live here, we don't commute back and forth from Southern California. We know that a lot of you guys that watch us travel in from Southern California, and a lot of you drive. We do see the traffic after holiday weekends. We see it on our local
It's
news.
horrendous. It's a parking lot on the highway.
It's absolutely nuts. This is an alternative. I don't know the affordability. I would imagine that would be based on the frequency of travel between the two, if this is a good deal or not, but you guys let us know. Brightline ticket prices for a standard seat is going to be $119 one way. That's between Vegas and Southern California. If you want a premium, you're doing your thing, coming to Vegas, rolling big budget, that's going to be $133. That's one way. Now, round trip, because you got to get back home, right? Or maybe not, maybe you went big and just stay. But round trip tickets are starting at $238. So is that a good deal? I don't know, because that's per person. You can put 5 people in a car, split gas money, and just, you know, whatever with the time.
But time is money, and it's going to get you to Vegas or back home a lot faster and not have to deal with the headache and not have to deal with parking. If
Sure.
you pay for parking in Vegas,
It adds up.
it's like $20 to $25 per day, so it might be worth it.
Well, you guys let us know. Is that a good deal? Yes or no?
And
Let us know.
we'll be using it. And we've got a little bit of time before this actually is up and running. Next up, the third Vegas location of Whataburger has been announced. It's coming to Henderson. That is probably not going to be for you guys on the Strip, but good news, there is a Whataburger on the Strip. It is right next to Aria, like right outside of Aria, on that end of the Strip.
And it's very popular.
Yeah, it's pretty busy. Yeah, like Whataburger people are like diehard, like that's their burger. They love it. So we know a few of those.
Well, we were In-N-Out people. Whenever we would travel here from Hawaii, we would go White Castle. I would want to go White Castle. That was at the top of my list.
It's good until the next day.
Chick-fil-A, In-N-Out Burger. And there's people that, if you have that already where you live, it's not a big deal. But I can see the Whataburger people, because there are people that, we have friends that used to live in Texas and there was Whataburger. Now they live in Colorado. Apparently there's no Whataburger. They came to Vegas and they were so excited we had to go to Whataburger. So there's the nostalgia. So I get it. There is that one on the Strip, like Kristine said, outside of Aria, but third location.
Yep. And sticking with burgers, the world's largest In-N-Out Burger is coming to Vegas. This isn't going to be until 2026, but it's going to be 10,000 square feet, and 2,000 square feet of that is going to be outside dining. It's going to be at the Boulevard, which is this new mall that they're building across from Aria that's going to be retail and dining, and I'm sure some bars in there as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that should be, the Boulevard should be opening soon.
That's taken over the space of what used to be the Hawaiian marketplace, just to give you guys some perspective there. And that 2,000 square feet, that's all strip view. That's all strip view. So that's going to be pretty awesome. We're excited for that one.
Yeah, we'll probably, definitely have to check that one out just because
100%.
it's going to be ridiculous. But how Vegas is that?
Love it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. All right, next up.
Okay, guys, we have to talk about driving.
This is perfect for you.
I have to talk about driving. So a lot of you are going to agree with me if you've driven into Vegas, or you've been one of those people that have gotten stuck on the 215 heading from New York to downtown, where it's taking you upwards of an hour in a ride share or taxi or shuttle or whatever mode of transportation. Nevada officially ranks 8th for worst states for drivers. Also, high insurance because there are so many accidents. And then traffic and safety. Safety is the accidents, and a lot of that stuff, I think the safety piece is preventable.
Totally preventable. It's the Wild West driving here. I used to drive in big cities all over where we lived, and I've tried to avoid driving here. As you know, you like to call me Miss Daisy, because I do not like to drive. It's just, people will do, right turns from the left lane and speed past you, whipping out, not using blinkers, putting their signal on. It's terrifying.
Well, and I think it really speaks to Vegas. This is a 24-hour town.
Yeah.
And well, right there, that says it. It's a 24-hour town. So you don't know who's going to work, who's getting off work. There's 24-hour. There's like 2 a.m. happy hours for third shifters.
Yeah.
I mean, so you don't know whose schedule. So the best thing that you can do is just take precaution. Don't run across the street because you don't see any cars coming and it says don't run or don't cross, and people still cross.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
It's nuts.
trying to be a safe driver yourself, and it's just weird. It's a mix of, there's so many people that move to Vegas from all over the place, and they take all those different driving styles here, so it's just a hodgepodge of different driving styles, and I think that really is why we are number 8.
I am surprised though that it's only number 8 though. I thought we'd be worse than that.
Well, yeah, we haven't driven everywhere, so there might be
true.
worse places to drive.
That's a good point.
I wonder who was number 1.
I don't know. I'll have to look into that.
All right, last on our news is Frank Marino. He is signing an indefinite contract with Virgin Las Vegas. If you're not familiar with who Frank Marino is, he is a performer in Vegas. He's been performing for like 4 decades. He started out performing at the Riviera, and he is a Joan Collins impersonator. No, I'm sorry.
Not Joan Collins.
It's not Joan Collins.
Say Joan, but not Collins.
Let's cut that part, Rich. So Frank Marino, he is a Joan Rivers impersonator, and he is hilarious. He started off performing back at the Riviera. He's performed at the Link, Tropicana, and now he is calling Virgin Hotels Las Vegas his indefinite home for his show, Divas, Drag, Drinks. And it's such a fun show. We've seen it before, and it's hilarious. He's a comedian. Like, he just is so funny. He keeps the show going. And then in between, you have all these different drag performers as different like
So you've
music
got like
icons.
Cher.
Yeah.
They had Lizzo was there, and they do rotate. The acts rotate. Pink is there.
Yeah.
They do rotate with just what's pop in the current time. So if you've been before, go back again, and no, this is not sponsored. None of our content on our podcast is sponsored content. Nobody pays us. Everything here is just purely based on our experience.
Yeah. And we really like the show. And if you're looking for something fun and different, or you've been looking for an excuse to head over to Virgin, this is it. This is a great thing to see. I believe it's on Sundays. The show is, but you have to check out the website for the ticket information and stuff and all of those details. But Virgin itself is a pretty nice property. It used to be Hard Rock, and we'd go there when it was Hard Rock a lot because they had different shows there. They had Raiding the Rock Vault, and Magic Mike was there. And so we would go there a lot, and then it closed down and reopened as Virgin, and it's a really beautiful property, a lot of nice dining options there. So,
Yeah, we've always had a great time.
Yeah.
And it's really close to the Strip. It's maybe a mile down the road from the Strip.
I wouldn't call it walkable, just
No.
because I wouldn't want to walk
No.
in some of the kind of like that between area. I
Well,
wouldn't.
we do have viewers that have probably walked from Mandalay Bay to the Strip.
Well,
So
I mean,
if you're
the
that
Strat-
person, then
the
it's
Strat's
walkable.
right there. The Strat is right there.
If you're that
Towers
person,
right
then it's walkable for you. If you're not that person, like a lot of us, it's not very walkable.
For sure. All right, moving on, we do want to share a little bit of one of our recent stays. We stayed at Planet Hollywood recently, which we love PH. It's such a fun casino, just loud music, energy, dancing, just fun, a lot of fun machines. But you know what? When we were there, it was actually kind of quiet.
It was kind of quiet. It
It
wasn't very busy.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for a chill, relaxing kind of stay, getaway in Vegas, PH is not for you. If you're looking for a high energy, a little bit more modern music, younger crowd, then PH should be on your radar. It's such a fun property.
Yeah, and it's connected. It's got the Miracle Mile shops right there, which gives you so many more dining options, retail options, just a lot of fun, different, unique things. Like they've got like that Snack Daddy where you can buy all these like unique little snacks like they're from different countries. So that's pretty cool. They still do the rain show. I know people have asked us that. They still do that rain show. over by where Ocean was.
They're shut down.
Yeah.
They're never coming back. That's done.
And they do have another show. It's like a light show over kind of across from Blondie's by the V Theater. It's on the V Theater.
Yep. The whole wall and ceiling and all that. They spent like $1 million on that show.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. All right. Well, it's something to see, especially if you're sitting out at Blondie's and you just, eat your breakfast. Enjoy that great breakfast meal that Blondie's has. It's at $5.99.
$5.99. 2 eggs anyway. And again, nobody's paying us. It's just the best deal in town. 2 eggs anyway, some breakfast potatoes, and your choice of like bacon or just sausage, whatever. It's the perfect amount.
And $2 Bloody Marys. We got to get there before 11. That's
Before
the thing.
11.
Yeah. So
I can already hear the comments. Who's up before 11 in Vegas? I am, because I'm looking for a good deal all the time.
Whenever we are, we go there because we're like, yes, we can make Blondie's breakfast. But we're still waiting the Miracle Eats, which is going to be the new food hall opening up hopefully soon. They wanted to open up at the end of 2024, but like a lot of projects here in Vegas, there's good intentions of an opening date, and it doesn't always happen that way.
That's been delayed for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it looks awesome, and you can walk through there. It's not shut down, so if you want to see, if you ever watch like how it's made, that type of programming, go check it out, because you can see the workers putting walls up and doing flooring and painting. You get to see all that behind the scenes stuff as you walk through that area. And they've got a big sign with all of the restaurants that are going to be going there. There's like a vegetarian taco place.
Yeah,
that's one of the Taco-tarian. That I'm not a vegetarian, but I love tacos, and who doesn't? So they have some really neat new options.
Yeah, I think there's some Dave's Hot Chickens coming in there. Lobster meat's coming back. Lobster meat was there before.
Very popular. People were big time mad when that shut down, thinking they were going away, but they are coming back.
Yeah, and Fat Tuesdays.
Fat Tuesdays, of course.
Yeah.
They have the big slushy drinks
And
up
I think
and
there's
down
like
the
a
street.
pizza place coming in there too. So.
I really like the layout though.
Yeah.
Because some of the food halls are like just a big cafeteria with all the dining in the center, or tables in the center, and then you've got like a horseshoe type thing. This is kind of like you move through the area. I really like how they've done that.
Yeah, it is really nice. It'll be a nice addition to the Miracle Mile shops. One thing, I always have to say this, if you are trying to do Vegas on a budget, or you just don't want to waste all your money on ridiculous prices in Vegas, there's 2 ABC stores in the Miracle Mile shops, and we say this all the time. Again, like Sebastian mentioned, we're not getting paid for this. We're just trying to like help people out and share this advice. ABC store, you can get your alcohol, your water, your snacks, your souvenirs, all for really good low prices. Their water is $1 for a big liter. They have beers, like Miller Lite pints, like 2 for $5, big Trulies, 2 for $6 or 2 for $7. Just really good deals.
But you're also going to get all your magnets and T-shirts and coffee cups and all of your souvenirs.
You can get a spam musubi, a heated spam musubi.
Well, they have musubi, so if you're looking for that surprise treasure at night, that little snack that you're going to carry around, that's the spot. Just such a great deal, and a lot of people just don't know about it.
Yeah, so if you're looking to save, you should definitely check out the ABC stores at Miracle Mile shops. There's also one down by like the M&M store, across from Park MGM and Fashion Show Mall House, one I believe, and then down on Fremont Street as well. So it's just a great place to save money. And we're always big on saving money because we spend so much time on the strip, and we want to put our money into entertainment, food, and of course the slot machines.
That's it. Yep.
But we had a great time at Planet Hollywood. If you have any questions about Planet Hollywood, definitely hit us up. We are happy to share all that information with you. It's a great location. Puts you right across from Bellagio, Cosmopolitan. You can cross over the bridge to Aria and the shops at Crystals. So you have a lot right there. there, we're not so much walking if you prefer not to trek all over the strip.
Let's talk about weather. Weather in the month of February, just like last week's podcast, it's all over the place. So it's going to be like 50s to 70s, and it could be breezy, and that wind is cold when it comes through. So be prepared. You want to dress in layers because inside of the casinos and the restaurants, they crank the heat up. So you want to be able to peel that off. But be prepared outside because it could even just be in the shade. You're going to feel the difference from the sun.
As soon as that sun goes down, it's like I feel like it drops like 20 degrees. I hate that. You always have to have your jacket. I think you always have to have a jacket here until I would say June, July, August, you don't need a jacket.
Yeah.
You don't want a jacket. You don't want any more layers of clothing on during those months because it's hot day and night. But February, up and down, weird. We hope for 70s, but prepare yourself for 50s.
It's so funny because we can get like mid-upper 70s in the month of February, and we've been down here in the month of March, like middle to end of March, and it's been 45 degrees, full day, 100% clouds and raining. It's so bizarre.
Yeah.
But that's February. It's a crapshoot here in Vegas.
Let's get into the events of what's happening this week in Vegas. What's still happening, and it's going to happen throughout the month of February, is U2's U2. It's an immersive concert film that's going to be at the Sphere the 3rd through the 27th of the month. You guys remember U2 kicked off the Sphere as the
They
first
opened
concert.
it up.
Yeah, and it was very popular, sold out, and now they must have decided, hey, we made some great money on this concert. Let's see if we can get people to come in and, they kind of did
amazing. They did a Taylor Swift.
They did a Taylor Swift.
You're right. They did a Taylor Swift. She made an album, remade the album, did a concert, made a movie about the concert that people that went to the concert and bought her album went to see.
Yeah. So
Smart.
She started a new trend, I think.
Smart. But to be fair, it's a different experience.
Yeah.
I like watching festivals when I'm at the fitness center, and I'll watch the same festival over and over and over. It's a different experience.
Like a music festival? Okay.
Like Ultra Music Festival in Miami,
Okay.
I'll watch like different DJ sets at those festivals, and I'll watch the same ones over and over.
Okay.
It's a different experience. So.
Okay. I was thinking like music festival. I was thinking like fairground kind of festival.
Oh yeah, no, I do that. I dress up as a prince.
I was like, oh, that's like
Cosplay.
You watch Renaissance festivals? Okay. I was like, still learning about you after all these years. All right, there's new edition at Wynn on the 19th, the 21st, and the 22nd.
And we've got Keith Urban over at Fontainebleau on the 19th, 21st, and 22nd.
And also at the Sphere, we got the Eagles back the 21st and the 22nd.
And then what is that?
Dream Theater? I don't know. Just say it.
All right.
I don't know what that is.
We've got Dream Theater over at the Cosmopolitan on the 21st.
Not sure what that is. You guys let us know. We're not familiar. I'm assuming it's a music group or a performance. I don't know, but let us know. You guys, we're just bringing you the events. We don't always know everything about them.
Garth Brooks over at Caesars Coliseum on the 21st through the 23rd. There's a lot of country music in Vegas these days, a lot more than when
It's back the 21st and the 22nd.
And then what is that?
Dream Theater? I don't know. Just say it.
All right.
I don't know what that is.
We've got Dream Theater over at the Cosmopolitan on the 21st.
Not sure what that is. You guys let us know. We're not familiar. I'm assuming it's a music group or a performance. I don't know, but let us know. You guys, we're just bringing you the events. We don't always know everything about them.
Garth Brooks over at Caesars Coliseum on the 21st through the 23rd. There's a lot of country music in Vegas these days, a lot more than when we first moved here.
Well, especially during, like, if you want to come see country, like if you have a country artist or you just love country music, if you come in November and December, there's the Las Vegas Days Rodeo happening during that time, and there's the National Finals Rodeo that happens, and it's country music everywhere. And that is the time to come for the country music fans. And then May is the time for
September, folks.
So if you are into Hispanic music, September is the time to come.
It's pretty much the entire month of September.
Yes.
It's Hispanic performers,
Yes.
entertainers, all through Vegas.
Yeah, so it's kind of, the rest of the year is a mix, but definitely country and more of that Latin music is what you'll find specifically months of the year in Vegas. Next up, Alejandra Guzman will be at Virgin Hotels Las Vegas on the 22nd.
We've got Morgan J over at the Venetian, the 21st and 22nd.
He's supposed to be a pretty funny comedian.
I've never seen him.
Yeah.
I have to check him out.
We have a big list of comedians we need to be searching for. And there's also another comedian, Ben Schwartz. He's going to be at the Cosmopolitan on February 22nd.
And then we've got the 2025 Fantasy Sports and Gaming Association event happening at Circa. That's the 18th and 19th, and I am not surprised at all. I've said it so many times, and it's true. That's a sports book with a hotel casino built around it. That place was built for sports. The pool is a sports book with pools. And it's awesome. It is absolutely awesome. I love Circa. We go there all the time. Whenever we're downtown, we're always in Circa. They've got some great food, high energy. I love the size of it. Like, there's just so much options. The longest bar in the state is in there.
Yeah.
Vegas Vicky is doing her thing, kicking her leg over there. I mean, it's just such a cool property. And that is like, if you're a sports person, whatever type of sports, that is the place for you.
Yeah, and I mean, it's huge. I mean, Darcy is a huge sports betting guy.
Oh, yeah.
So I get the gaming association here, but the fantasy sports.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of how, like,
Well, I manage a baseball team.
it's fantasy.
Fantasy, but I'm into that.
Well, I know
It's a
fantasy
thing.
sports is a really popular
That's a
thing.
huge thing.
Yeah.
We have friends that have been like in several different leagues just for football. Like, oh no, I'm in 4 different fantasy leagues right now.
Yeah.
How do you find the time? But it's a thing. It's a thing. It's awesome. It's a lot of fun, and I love that they're doing it at Circa. I think that's just a perfect fit.
Oh, for sure. The Rock and Roll Las Vegas Marathon is going to be happening the 22nd and the 23rd. That brings in a lot of people, and it also brings in street closures because this happens on the Strip and in downtown.
Yep.
So there's going to be a lot of street closures during the race time. So it really will have a big impact on traffic, ride shares, taxis,
Oh,
just
for sure.
routes of trying to get from one place to another. So just if you're here and you're not, part of that marathon, but you're trying to get from point A to point B,
Yeah.
just pack your patience because
Oh, and you can expect to pay more for rideshare and taxi because they will have surge pricing. You can expect to wait longer because they have to go all the way around the Strip in any direction. So I think a best practice would be like plan to just not go anywhere during that time. I mean, because it's not like it's a 5-day event or anything like that, but I would just plan to just hang out on that side of the Strip that you're already going to be on because the pedestrian overpasses will be open. You can walk across from one side of the Strip to the other, but shutting down Las Vegas Boulevard is a massive impact.
for sure. All right, and last but not least, the Vegas Golden Knights are going to be at T-Mobile Arena. They're playing the Canucks on February 22nd.
And T-Mobile is so awesome.
Yeah.
It's like the experience of the game begins before you even get into the building.
Yes, for sure. Like you can actually, is it an hour before they open the doors? You can catch a parade, and so it's the cheerleaders, the band, Chance, the mascot, all come through New York, and then go through the whole park area. If you're not familiar, there's a park area between New York, and Park MGM, and they head all the way to Toshiba Plaza. I'm having a tough time talking today, guys. They head all the way down to Toshiba Plaza, where there's kind of like a big party before the game starts, and then they head into T-Mobile. And it's a lot of fun. We actually will just catch it, even if we're not catching the game. It's just fun energy to be a part of that.
Yeah.
And then the games themselves, oh my gosh, so much fun.
Because it's Vegas, right? So any sporting event, we've gone to WNBA games, to Las Vegas Aces, We've gone to Raiders games. We've been to hockey, of course. We've been to minor league baseball out there in Summerlin, and there's always the entertainment factor built into the sporting event. And I've had several friends and family that have come to town for different sporting events that are like hockey fans and have said, oh my gosh, this is like unlike any hockey experience that I've ever had in T-Mobile Arena. It's huge, and it's totally worth checking out. Even if you're not a hockey fan, just see who's going to be playing if it's in season. Buy the cheapest ticket you can find and just check it out to be part of it. It's totally worth it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. They do like a huge light show at the beginning with a night fight and then just, I don't know, they have like a huge band, and it's just so much fun. The cheerleaders and the band are like all over throughout the arena.
It's a lot of fun.
It's fun. It's a fun time. It is a cashless arena, so you want to make sure you have a credit card. And it's Vegas, so those beverages are kind of pretty penny. But they do have these really cool things. I love them. They're a kiosk, like a little shopette, and all you do is you walk through and you grab your beverage and you walk out. It almost feels like you're shoplifting.
And it charges your credit card. It's contactless.
Yeah, you put your card on when you walk in, it lets you in, you walk out with your drink, and
it somehow knows what you purchased and just charges your card as you walk out.
Yeah, so you can avoid like the long lines at the concession stands. It's pretty cool.
Maybe you guys have seen it and this is just new to us. I don't know, but
I'm easily amused, I guess.
When we saw it for the first time, we were like, whoa, where did this come from? How does this work? But that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's a wrap on this one, but stick around. There's even more Vegas coming up. Right after this podcast, you're going to catch a fresh episode of Ninth Island Connection.